Hi Mel. Thanks for jumping on. I let the girls know. I don't know if Ash will be on because footy's on, so we'll see. I hate the footy, so I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. Okay, so we are going to, I just thought this would be a good chance to like recap kind of what we went through on what day was it? Thursday, at our Monate event. It was kind of like a workshop. We did a couple of hours. We did about 5 hours or so. Um, no, that's okay, babe. Um, and we just went through a couple of things, more so in like training about products. We did some training on what our new countries are and things like that. So what I've decided I'm going to do, oh, my necklace is caught in my hair, sorry. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my pictures that I took from the workshop and we're going to quickly go through them. We're not going to spend like a heap of time on them. We're going to spend a little bit of time on because people will be jumping onto the recording, so it would be good for them to see this stuff. We're actually going to jump a little bit into the action side of it in terms of like sharing, asking yourself a couple of questions, what your recipe of me is, and also like a few things about the business. So you guys can get a bit more clear on your story and how to share and things like that as well. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And Tash will have seen all this because she was there at the event with me. But we are going to quickly go over it anyway. Let me just see what I can do. Um, okay. Two. Okay. So I'm just going to mute Tash and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this little video thing from when we were at Mo Nations, which was really cute, and then we'll just quickly go through a few things. Wow. Okay. Wait, why is this not working? Oh, that's it. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys that because we had such a good time in Vegas. Like Tash was there for the first time, and Tash, it was kind of like her first time really deciding to dive fully into the business because we have like the community that we have in this business is so epic. So when you get a chance to, whether it is come to one of our events or go to Monations or anything like that, I really encourage you guys to really put yourself in those positions because it's where you are really going to feel like the culture of this business and like the community that you're surrounded with, but also get super, super inspired by the women doing this business because it's actually incredible about how many lives this business is changing and the difference you can see in people's lives from starting this business to where they are now. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So we're going to go through what our APAC numbers are. So this is literally just for this year. I think for the last 6 months. So we've had 5,000 new market partners, 18,000 new VIPs, and 1,200 rank advancements. So that means that we have people joining the business. We definitely have people using and loving the products. Like 18,000 people is incredible. That's just for APAC alone, which is Australia and New Zealand. And then rank advancements mean that there are people actually working their business and getting money and getting paid. So I wanted to share that with you guys. We are going global. So at Mo Nations, we released 6 new countries, which I'm sure you guys will be aware of. But Mexico is coming in November. We have Austria coming in November. We have Dominican Republic, Panama, and Costa Rica. And then we have Italy coming early 2026. So what this means is when a new market opens, we get the opportunity to sponsor, so sign someone up as a market partner from that country. And then because that market is open, we have the opportunity to become founders alongside a person that in that country. So say, for example, Tash recruits someone in Italy and she knows someone who, they're wanting to do the business, they're going for it, and they both hit within a year. They then get to be part of the founders shares. So what that means is the whole region of Italy, whatever they make within a year, that is going to be their pool, and you are going to get either 1 or 2% shares of whatever that is. So with Australia, our founders shares, people are getting, like Erica, one of my best friends, for example, she's getting 2% every single year. So the bigger that our region grows and the bigger that this company grows in Australia, the more money they're getting paid out. And that's once every quarter, I believe. So it's once every 3 months they get a payment, and it can be anywhere. Like the US girls, for example, their market is huge now. So there's women getting anywhere from like $10,000 to $30,000 every single quarter just for being a founder. So I didn't really understand that when I first joined. I really wish. Oh, how do I do this? I don't know how to work this. Okay, cool. Yes, a little thing popped up, but it's just you in the chat, Mel. Okay, so I didn't really understand the opportunity, and I seriously just wish that we got it. So when we opened in New Zealand, we have our founders shares opened, and I recruited a few girls there who unfortunately didn't want to do the business in the long run. But if you can find someone in those regions, it means that you can have like seriously like generational wealth. Like, and when you're in the company and you are getting paid out those shares, it can be, $2,000, it could be $10,000, it could be whatever it is. So if you know anyone in these countries, or we're going to talk about contacts a little bit later. If you find people in those areas, so Germany, when Germany opened in February or March, I believe, it absolutely blew up. Like there are women making a crazy amount of money in Germany. And I was very much like, I don't really know anyone in Germany. And now I wish that I was looking for people in Germany, because number one, Germany is very, very well versed in network marketing. And it's massive. Like, the whole region is huge. So there are women now who recruited people in Germany and Belgium, and they now have hit and they're getting those founder shares. So anyway, I wanted to explain that a little bit because I feel like I didn't get it when I first joined. Okay, the stylist program is coming. So people that who are hairstylists, this is going to be incredible for them. This is the starter kit that they're going to get. So what a stylist has to do is they have to join the business with a normal product pack. They have to then prove that they have like their stylist license and things like that, and then they can either buy the stylist pack or they can individually buy back bar products as well. So me and Tash were talking about this at the event as well, and a really good way to get people who, whether it's like a hairstylist or your hairstylist, whatever, a really good way to get them to try the products and even just be like, okay, like I'll give them a go, because a lot of hairstylists know nothing about our business. They know nothing about how a business works. They do not understand that they could be making like so much more money than when they're not washing hair and doing hair and all that sort of thing. A really good way is to reach out to them and say, hey, I would love your professional opinion on these products. there's something that I'm using, there's something that I love. I've been seeing so many women get transformation, but as someone who I value your opinion, would you please try these? So many hairstylists have converted to our products. They absolutely love them. They've changed their whole salons to these products. So it is worth just doing like a little borrow bag and be like, hey, borrow my products for a week, and tell me what you think of them. And that's how a few of the hairstylists have come into this business. Okay, so they're the prices for the stylist program. That's pretty much just like, how to sign up, which I just kind of ran through. We did training on our Bondi Q, our Monate IR supplement, and our Monate Barrier Booster range. So the Barrier Booster range, you guys obviously know, but I'll go through it really quickly. It's a toner, a moisturizer, and a glow serum. These are really, really popular because they're not like anything that we've done before. It's very much on the same level as Rhode, except we have a much cleaner product. It is like 97 naturally derived ingredients. It is full of like niacinamide, like all these sorts of things. So if you know anyone that is wanting to get like clearer, more dewy, more hydrated skin, this is like the range for them. And I personally love skincare, and I have been loving these products. Like my skin is loving them. The hero ingredients. So I'm going to go through these, but if you want any of these slides, like literally just message me and I'll send them to you, because they're really good to be able to screenshot and pop on top of like a photo, or if you're doing a video of you using the products or anything, you can use these. So skincare selling tips: lead with the problem that it solves. So dryness, redness, sensitive breakouts. Follow with the science of the range. It protects, strengthens, restores glow. Knowing the hero ingredients, sharing testimonials. So more of those testimonials will obviously come out because we're going to be having more women using the products and all that sort of thing. And then be relatable. So document the journey. I have been jumping on lives while I have been doing my skincare and literally just talking crap. Or sometimes I'm just doing it silently and people will ask what I'm using. Okay, so the Bondi Q range is for anyone. It's literally for any single person. It's not like low porosity, high porosity, all that sort of thing. Everyone can use it. It's anyone who uses heat, washes regularly, has tight hairstyles, guilty as charged, hair extensions, colored hair, towel dries hair, skips conditioner, or like mechanical damage. So like roughly brushes, all that sort of thing. So we talked about like the hair cuticle, what a open hair cuticle looks like, what damaged, very damaged, all that sort of thing. And then it talks about the peptide technology that we have in our Bond IQ line that actually helps restore the bond of the hair. Our hero ingredients, which is lupin protein, which is actually a much smaller molecule than the pea extract protein that we used to use in our damage repair line. And that's why it would lead to a lot of protein buildup, whereas this cannot lead to protein buildup because the molecule is so small. And then we have like things like Rejuvenate, all that sort of thing in it. 3 times less breakage. It's bond building technology. You can talk about, like the results that we have and all that sort of thing. Some before and afters that we have there, hair care selling tips. So you can use your Monate quiz. I find personally it's not as good because it doesn't take into consideration a lot of things. You can put damage and it'll be like, use the damage repair line. So I personally like to do my own quiz, or I send them a list of questions, which I have been doing a lot lately. So get what their needs are, lead with the problem it solves. So if they have dry, damage, frizzy, breakage, all that sort of thing, lead with that. Know the hero ingredients and talk about them. Create a customized routine. So some people might not use a heat protectant, so they might not want the leave-in. They might want the serum and like the end mender or something like that. And then share your results. It doesn't have to be your results either. You can share other people's results. You can share, we have like quite a few floating around now of the Bondi Q system, so you can use them as well and just share your excitement about it. Even if you don't have your hands on it, or if it's not your particular range, you can say, we have this new range, it's amazing for these people, and show the results that way. We have our IR supplement coming, which everyone is super excited about. We had to reformulate it. Cash freaking loves this these supplements. She got them
Yeah.
um in Vegas, and she's just, have you noticed a difference?
Yeah, I feel like my hair feels so much stronger on the ends. It's weird.
Oh,
I don't know if that's the Bond IQ or the
but the
the growth. I don't know, but like I feel like my hair's definitely grown a tiny bit.
yeah,
Like, and
yeah,
it's only been like 4 weeks.
yeah. A lot of people have been finding that the people that got the IR supplement, it is
But we can't advertise it ourselves, hey?
no. So the thing with our FDA is we've had to reformulate the IR supplement because it's a little different in America because it's going to have like melatonin and I believe something else. Whereas our FDA is really, really, really strict. So we've had to change our formulation a little bit. It's pretty much exactly the same, but we've had to take out a few of those things. But have I got it in here? No. So we cannot speak from a point of the FDA introduced like some new laws recently because so many influencers were getting on with, say the JS Health vitamins or like all
Yeah.
that sort of thing and being like, oh, I've been taking these and my hair has been growing and you're making money from that. So because we personally make money from selling these supplements because it's like food, it's not like hair care. We have to be more careful around it. So we have to say we can't share any of our testimonials. We can only share our VIPs' testimonials. So we cannot actually jump on our stories and say, I've been using these supplements and they are making my hair grow. We're actually not allowed to do that because we make money from it. So we have to get testimonials from other people and it won't be other market partners because other market partners can't do it. So if you have VIPs, we can talk about the products, we can talk about, what they do, not from our own personal experience, but we can talk about, the results that they are going to give you sort of thing and then sell them to our VIPs. This is a really good one to put in people's flex as well because I think it's a 30-day, I think there's 30 capsules and so
Does
you
that
can.
mean though we can't say, hey, I'm gonna put the hair growth serum in, I use it, not serum, the tablets, I use it. I'm not allowed to say I use it, can I? Oh, I can.
I think I'll have to check, but I think
Yeah.
privately, like if you are sending them a voice message and saying, I use them and I love them, I've noticed big difference, I think you can do that,
Yeah.
but we can't publicly, advertise that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so they're really good for that. And then what else was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's it. So we're getting them, I think October or November. So that's really exciting because they are amazing. Like their products and the ingredients are incredible. Okay, so then we moved into a bit of like business stuff, which I really want to go through a bit with you guys. So we talked about disappointment is between one's dream and one's reality. And it usually means what that means is when you have your dream and you have reality, there are things along the way that are going to obviously, discourage you. You're going to feel disappointed about certain things. You're going to have setbacks and all that sort of thing. And that is literally the only thing stopping between you, your dreams, and your reality. I'm gonna play this just because it's only like 15 seconds, but it's really cute because it's all of our events and stuff that we have been to and all of our travel and all that sort of thing. And it says your dream is worth living. Your dream.
Do you want any more, babe? Okay. Huh?
Oops. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we were talking about dreams, realities, and then they showed this cute video of of Gru in what's it called, Despicable Me, and it was talking about like what your moon is, and he is going for the moon, and he's like, everyone's like, what do you mean it's the moon? And he's like, I don't care that it's the moon. That's what I want, and that's what I'm going for. So we talked about like, what is your moon? What are your dreams? What are your visions? What are your goals? Because a lot of people come into this business and they have absolutely no idea. That's why we talk about it. That's why I'm always getting girls to talk about their why and things like that. But you need two things. You need your why and you need your vision. And you constantly need to be talking about those two things because people will follow someone who is going somewhere. People follow people who are going places. So you want to be talking about your why, like why you started this business, because that helps you relate to other people. And you want to talk about your vision because people will want to follow you. When you talk about what your vision is, it helps them decide what their vision is and what they want to go after. Okay, so we talked about what is the success cycle, and it usually goes like this. You've got your dreams, then that moves into like what your goals are. So your dream could be to, you know, own your own home one day. Your goal is to save, $250,000 so you can have like a down payment or whatever that is. And then you go into actions. What actions are going to require that? Then you get your results, and then that equals success. But what a lot of people get confused about is when they go dreams, goals, and then they wait for the results and they do their actions, and they might do like one or two actions, and they might kind of be like, oh, well, I did this here and I kind of did that there. And then they just wait for the results. So people put the results in front of the actions, and then it screws up the whole thing. So when the success plan is making sure that you are always completing those actions. So we're going to talk about what some of those actions are and how you can, in regards to your Monate business, and how you can talk about that, share about that, all that sort of thing. Okay, so today let's focus on the actions that will move you closer to your goals. So sharing, which we're going to go over, your contact list, making connections, talking about the business, and then product recommendations. We're not going to go too much into the product recommendations because I think Caitlin and I are going to do a whole new training. We do have product training in the boards in our induction. I believe it's in tab 3. And you can learn about the products that way. It's a really in-depth product training, but we're going to do a new one for like the Bondi Q. We've got a few other, been a few changes in there. Okay, so the power of authenticity. I want to ask you guys, are you a Monate mascot? Now, obviously, there's only 2 of you on this call, but I'm talking to anyone who is watching this recording. When we talk about, like our business and how we're sharing and all those sorts of things, you need to ask yourself, are you a Monate mascot? Are you only sharing Monate? And Tash had a great moment of
Yes, I
realization
do.
the other day where she was like, oh my gosh, that's me. And I was like, yeah, but you don't have to be. Like, you have so many other things that you can share. Like, I look
I
at
know
your
now though, after when I went to that thing, I
mm,
know what my niche is now. Mine is growth. Like, because
yeah,
I'm on my hair health like growth journey, I feel
yeah,
like I've got so many like from start to middle to like now.
hmm,
My mine is growth.
yeah,
So now
100%.
I'm just going to share about that and maybe the oil once in a while. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Caitlin talked about this. Talk about what
Mm,
actually makes a difference in your hair, like what you're using. For
yeah.
me, I sometimes talk about like the curl products and things like that, but my biggest thing is growth because that's where I have had the most success. So that's when I sign up my VIPs, 90% of my VIPs are on the intense repair range because that's what I talk about. I talk about growth and thickness and all that sort of thing. But when it comes to other things in your world and in your life and in your sphere, all that sort of thing, you need to figure out what that is. We're going to go into it, obviously, but you want to make sure that you're not just being a Monate mascot. You're not just putting up, graphics, that sale graphics and things like that, and only talking about the business. One really good, I observed this really well with a lady in the business who has joined under a friend's team. She's got a lot of followers. I think she's got like 40,000 followers or something like that. And she's working her business. She's not like super successful or anything like that right now. But I had a look at her page because she asked me to sort of like what was my opinion and to audit her page. And she had a really strong niche because she had been divorced and she was a mum and she was finding herself again and she was dating and she was doing all like these funny reels and like her content was really cool. And then as soon as she started Monet, everything above that was just hair business, hair business, hair business, and there was no like personality in there. And I was like, you I feel like you need to go back to what you were doing, because Monet should literally be like a cameo in your life. That's how I see it. If I'm uploading stuff on like my stories, it'll be like, this is, I talk about my matter or dropping Addie to school or doing like, all my daily things. And then it's like, and I'm washing my hair today and look how great my hair looks. And here's a before and after. It's literally slotted into a part of my life. And that's how you build trust. That's how you build your community, because people don't want just a walking Monet billboard. They want to know who you are, trust you, buy from you, and join your team at the end of the day. Okay, we just went through that. You are more than one thing. You are more than just like a Monet girl or a business baddie. Like you have so many other facets. You are a mum, you are a wife, you have hobbies, you do all these sorts of things. So it's finding out how to share about that. Now, Gretty, one of my good friends, she got up and she shared, and we're going to talk about like the recipe of me, and I want you guys to think about what yours is. So whether you have like a pen and paper, or if you have time, or think about it, or write these down, or screenshot this, and then go and be like, okay, I need to work on these, couple of things. So the recipe of me is what you are going to start sharing. And this is a really easy way to think of, and we'll go through like a little cheat sheet, but this will get you really clear on who you are, because a lot of women come into this business, start posting about Monet, and then go, oh, I don't really like know who I am. And a lot of women come into this business have never posted about their life before. And if we want to, and I'm just talking about social media at the moment, if we want to build a community of people who are going to want to join our business and who are going to want to buy from us, they need to know who we are. They need to get a feel of like, you as a person. So we're going to, she talked about her uniqueness. So your personality and your characteristics. So she's a mum and wife. She does life with her family. She loves doing silly TikToks with her with her daughter. People have watched her daughter grow up, that sort of thing. Your values, what you care about. So, for example, hers are fitness and health. She loves to inspire people. She loves to help people be healthy. Like for me, I'm really clear on all these things because I know I've been doing this business for 2 years, so I've had to get really bloody clear on it, because for the first 12 months of my business, I felt really lost on this. And like people don't think that because I had like a following and things like that, but I literally had no idea who I was and I was like, why would people follow me? What do people even know about me? So I've had to work really hard on this. So it doesn't just come, instantly. You've got to actually dig deep and find these things. So your experiences, share like, your family days, share your travel, share, your life as a mum, all those sorts of things, your experiences, what you did for a career, back in the day, your relevance. Why should people care? So why would people want to know anything about you? So for Gretty, she loves to inspire people in some sort of way, whether that's through fitness, friendships, hair care, business. We all want connection to know other people maybe feeling the same as you and that you are not alone, which is literally what social media is about. People just want to feel seen. They want connection. You follow people that you feel connected with. Like I have had so many followers over the last couple of weeks because I have been sharing more about my faith and my marriage. And I have had so many conversations with women now who want to connect about that stuff. So you have to find like, what will people feel connected to me for? And that is because you are going to be like authentic, and you are going to be real, and you are going to be vulnerable, and all those sorts of things. That is what's going to get people to, connect to you. She talked about repetition is the spice of life. So consistency is everything. Only 10% of your audience sees your content. So you have to be consistent. And this always makes me think of Tash. And I know I've brought this up a few times, but Tash has always said when Ash was posting constantly about her hair, she was like, every time she checked, she knew that Ash was going to rock up on her stories, and she was going to be sharing about her hair, and she was going to be putting her oil treatment in, and she was going to do that. And that made her want to join, because she was consistent. And that's the thing. If you're consistent for a couple of days throughout the week, people aren't going to see your stuff all the time. And that's how you build trust. So consumers take up to 10 to time 8, wow, 8 to 10 touches before they say yes. Fast-paced TikTok, social media, mindless scrolling. So if you think about, you're putting in your oil treatments or whatever, they're scrolling past that every single day. People are not paying attention. But if you consistently do that, you are going to start popping up into their mind when they're like, oh, I need to fix my hair because I've subliminally messaging that I have seen that person every day. Consistency of your message builds trust. So exactly what we just talked about.
I also loved when Ash put all the different products in and told me what the products were. I loved,
Education.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love seeing all different, like, I don't like seeing the same thing. I like learning about all the different products,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
And
is
I'm
weird.
the
But you said
same
not to
too.
do like Monet billboard girl. So
No, no, you
I
can
don't know. I feel
still,
confused.
no, no, you can still definitely go on your stories. And when you're putting your products in, you're talking about that. Like what I mean as a like Monet billboard is not having every single slide throughout the whole day just about Monet and nothing else. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, but when you're talking about it, if you're passionate about the product education and knowledge, 150%, when you're putting your oil in, like that's, I love your content when you do that. I love when you're teaching people because I'm the same. I always want to know like
Mm.
more about
Yes.
it. And when I was educating, I actually have moved away from it now, but I really need to get back into it. When I was talking about the oil products, and I was, it could have been 3 or 4 slides on my story, but I was like, this oil has a small enough molecular structure to penetrate through to the cortex of your hair. Think of it as like, soil for your scalp and all those sorts of things. Like educate people in those times.
Yeah, paint a picture.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so sharing the cheat sheet. So the cheat sheet is like, these are all the things that you could be talking about. So there's your why, behind the scenes, education, product, document FOMO, third validation, and fun. So these are 7 different things that you can consistently talk about on your page, on your through your stories, all that sort of thing. So when people are just like, I don't really know what to post, you can look back at this and go, okay, what can I like share from my life that I can put into content? So your why. This is obviously Gretty. So she's put your why about the business, why you said yes, why you started trying the product, why you need to earn more money, like sharing those deep things with people because I share a lot of the time I needed $50 extra a week, which some people that's nothing. But to me, that was a huge amount when we really needed it. We really needed that extra $50 extra a week. So I could take my son out for coffee or, I could help with the bills and all that sort of thing. If you share that, if you're too scared to share that, nobody else can relate to you. But now I have women joining the business and I have had women joining the business who are like, yeah, I need a bit of extra money for me. I need a bit of me money. So it's important to share that why. Okay, so you're behind the scenes. So it could be, working from home, working with your kids. If you scroll back on my Instagram, all I did was like set up a phone all the time and like worked on my computer and put that up on my social media about like what it was like to work from home, that sort of thing. Um, Behind the scenes, speaking to mums or mums to be, it can be literally you on a call with someone. It can be a message that someone has sent you saying like, I think I'm really interested in the product, all that sort of thing. um, Behind the scenes, and Gretty put, I love to share about the flexibility around the business and how it takes work. School, she gets to be there for school drop-offs, all that sort of thing. If they're sick, being able to work from home, like take a video of you sitting on your couch working from your phone. That's the behind the scenes of what this business is. Education, so that can be product education, that can be literally any kind of education about the business. It can be sharing business reels of other women, all that sort of thing. Product. So the product is like the business and the product. So community and friendships. Community is such a big part for her. The catch ups and the events. She celebrates her team. This is a little different to what I would put for product, but talking about what actually the business has and does. So for me, I would talk about the community because I love the community. And I would talk about the trips and I would talk about all those sorts of things. And then you've got oh, here we go. I didn't realize that I had this slide. This might be a good one to like screenshot or take a photo of if you want, because this way, hold on, let me see. No. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, so your why you said yes, why the Monet, why the Monet business, what the difference is here, Monet
Can't
market.
hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
my thing is so annoying. Sorry. Okay. Behind the scenes, working from home, working with the kids, multitasking, SM journey. I don't know what that means. Okay, education, how to wash, why you double cleanse, all these sorts of things can really, be like a good starting point for you to get to. Product before and afters, get ready with me, get unready with me, oil treatments, all that sort of thing. And then the other ones are product document FOMO. So when I have a wash party, when I go to any event, when I go traveling or anything like that, my main point of sharing anything about that is to give people FOMO, is to give people like, oh, I want to be a part of that community. I want to go on those trips. I want to be going to, coffee catch ups during the week. Like, we want to give people that FOMO that they want to be a part of our community. So sharing how impactful that is and sharing like, when you just think when you're at an event and then you're like, God, I just wish I could like bottle this feeling and show people what it is. That's what you want to give people. So third validation is anything from testimonials to before and after reels to business reels and things like that. Something that I love to do is when I come across a woman doing the business and whether she's hit like the 100K club or she's been able to, pay for a full tank of petrol and she's put that in a reel or whatever, I actually save that as a Monet business reel and I share them on the days that I am trying to recruit market partners. Or talk about the business, I will share those reels. And then fun. So your random reels, your random thoughts, polls, engagement, people like, family happenings, memes relevant to your brand, all that sort of thing. We'll go into this a little bit more when Charmaine talks about this. She talks about what she shares to create connection with people. Okay, I need to drink water because my mouth is so dry. I just haven't stopped talking. um, okay, so Erica spoke on contact list and talking about what your list is, how to find it, not just being like, oh, go through your whole phone book and message every single person. That's not what we
I can't believe I didn't know about this. This is crazy.
Yeah, so this is a really good visual for people to do. This was even good for me. I save a lot of things, but the way that she's like moved it all around is really cool. So let me see if I can. No, I can't. Okay, that's going to be the best I can get.
Also, I want to
Yeah,
ask something. So
yeah,
you know how we're opening up to all these countries?
yeah.
Like, how do you know if they speak English? Because I've been looking at so many Austrian girls, and
You
they
have
just speak German.
Yeah, so you reach out a lot of women reach out in English and
Hmm.
then people, like most people will just translate. Like a lot of people in Germany speak English, a lot of people in Belgium speak English, but if they don't, you can just ask them a question and say, would you like me to translate it for you? And I think like Amanda and some of the girls in America who have huge German teams, they have had to translate all of their training and put it into
God.
German boards for them, and their whole chat he just translates because there's so many things on your iPhone now where you can literally just go translate it into
I'm
German.
like just trying to do easy stuff right now. That's like a
Yeah,
whole nother world.
yeah. So
But
just
I was like
message
just thinking the
people.
other day because I was making my boards and I was like finding all these girls from Austria and I was like,
Yeah,
holy shit, like I'm messaging them, but how do they know if like they speak English? And
they
Mexico,
will. They'll
you have to
figure
do
it out.
Spanish.
Most
Oh,
women that I talk to who are like in Belgium and things like that, they do speak a bit of
I
English.
can't hear again.
Most women who in like Belgium and German and stuff that I have as VIPs, they all just I think they speak English or they translate what
Okay.
I'm putting in there because I communicate quite well with them.
Oh, okay, that's good. Do
So
you have
just
girls
reach
in
out
there
to them
from
in
Belgium?
English. Hey,
Do you have girls in a Belgium?
yeah, I've got a two
That's
VIPs in
cool.
Belgium and one girl from Germany.
I love that.
Yeah, they just reached out to me on
Oh,
social media through one of my hair reels.
I love
No,
that.
through TikTok, actually.
Yeah.
One of them came from a TikTok live. She was watching me, so and came over to my Instagram. So
Do I
random.
even have TikTok on your view? I don't even know. I have to check.
Yeah, follow me. Okay, so for example, this is just one part of it. So what Erica does is she's got here, so she's got her business partners that she wants to work with. So say she comes across someone who, you can see that they're active on social media, or she just gets like a good vibe from them, or they look like someone she just wants to work with, or maybe they've put up something and been like, oh, I need more money or whatever. She straight away goes onto one of their posts, saves them into a tab like this called business partners, and she's got them all there. She talks about how you should always have a list of 100 people that you could reach out to or talk to. Now, some of those people get off the contact list and then you have new people. This is sort of what she's talking about. So she's always got people that she can talk to because she's always finding new people, following new people on Instagram, like saving their stuff, all that sort of thing. So you can see here she's got Italy, UK, Austria, Germany. So she has saved people that she is looking up, and you can literally look up hashtag Austria. You can look up places, you can look up cafes, you can look up everything on Instagram and TikTok. It is like a search engine. So you can find women on there and you can, reach out to them, start connecting with them, start liking their stuff, writing on their stories, all that sort of thing, getting the conversation sort of happening. So, for example, she saw Renee and she's like, oh, she looks like someone great that I would want to work with. She's gone down the corner and she's saved it right into business partners there. So she knows that when she's doing her reach outs and her connection time during the day, that's where she's going to reach out to these people. Okay. It says start your list of 20. So you're going to write 5 to 10 people in each category. Like these are just resources for you because I don't want this meeting to go for too long. But this is something that maybe we might do next week or something like that, where we can actually do this stuff together and we'll do a power hour, which means that we all sit here with a bit of music and a tea. And I'm like, okay, we're doing 15 minutes of reach outs, we're doing 15 minutes of contact lists, like all that sort of thing. So I think that would really be good to do. Um, okay, so start your list of 20. So there's literally 5 to 10 people in each category. Who would support you no matter what? Now we're going to go through little memory joggers in a sec. Who would support you no matter what? Two, who would be really good at the business and who's already sharing already? Three, who needs the product? So people with god awful hair, you can probably think of 5 people. And who are those that need more money? And then you're going to compile a list of those 20 people together and reach out to them. Now, memory joggers can be family, friends, acquaintances. You can do names by A and B. You can go through your contact list on your phone. I don't particularly use that, but this is a good way to kind of think of those 20 people, and it's a really good place to start. So that's talking about how you get contacts, because people come into this business and go, I don't know anyone. And it's like, you do. We just got to think of who those people are. And also, you've got so many different avenues. You've got your social media, you've got in person. So you've got like, going to school, going to activities, going to all those sorts of things. You have I'm having a mind blank. I literally wrote it down the other day. We went through it in our other thing. It's in my other book. Damn it. For like
That's
five
such a
books.
great way to go about that. Like
Yeah,
saving
it breaks it down.
contacts.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it kind of helps you plan
Yeah.
those engagements more, which
Exactly.
I think sometimes because when people do copy and paste, not
Yeah.
that this company promotes that or anything, but
Yeah.
I just mean that's the difference between that other person viewing it as a cold DM
Yes.
as opposed to a connection and
Yeah.
engaging. Yeah.
Yeah. We are
So
literally
yeah,
just
really good.
connecting with people, and that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing.
Because I've always
Um,
been curious about how do people connect with people in another country.
yeah. And
And
I was like
yes,
that too. I had no
yeah,
idea.
yeah, because that was one of the things I was going to ask you about recently. So I'm glad you're talking about the other
Yeah.
countries because yeah, that's really really handy.
My
And also,
goal is to like get someone in Italy because I'm like,
yes,
getting people overseas who want to work. And we have no, I
hmm
had no idea that in Germany, every single second person was doing a network marketing company.
yeah, me neither. I was
It's
actually really
huge.
surprised by that.
They had a vacuum company who one of the girls, Nadia, she's massive in Monat now. She joined only 6 months ago. She was the one of the number one income earners in a vacuum company in Germany. And one of the
Crazy.
girls said, "Come over here, do beauty." Like she's like a cool girl. So what are you doing selling vacuum? Come and sell hair care with me. And she has the biggest German team now because she literally went like, "Come on, guys, let's get away from vacuum cleaners. Let's do hair care and beauty." And I'm like, if I just wish I should have just reached out to all these German people that I know and seen if anyone wanted to start doing sales with me because apparently it's huge over there. So you just never know. So it's really good. Like search hashtags, search like you can look up, Italy travel people. This is what I did with Germany. So I looked up German travel. And then I looked for influencers that were going, that go around the world and different cafes and stuff that they would go to. I would go into the geolocation of the cafe, go through their followers and find people who lived in Germany. And I was like, it's so easy. You just go to a location in Germany, find it on Instagram, and then you can follow 5 to 10 people who live in Germany and start building a connection with them. So it's a really good way to just be
That's
like,
really cool.
yeah, like start the conversation and the connection now. By the time that all these countries come in, you might have like a good friendship, or you might feel comfortable enough to be like, hey, I know we've been following each other for a while. Like, have you seen what I'm doing? It's launching into your country. Like, I'd love to tell you more about it, all that sort of thing. So, yeah,
That's
great
really
way
really good.
to try and figure it out. And if you've got a day off, for example, and you're, "Oh, I need to work my business, but I don't know what to do," it's this stuff. Like all the stuff that we talked about with the behind the scenes and like all that sort of thing. And then all of, looking at your contacts list. Um, okay. And then she went into a little bit about the garden analogy, which what are your seeds, your soil, and your water. So your contacts are your seeds. The more that you plant, the greater chance of harvest. So the more connections that you have, the more conversations that you're having. Obviously, you're planting those seeds because they're seeing your story, they're seeing you talk about the business, that sort of thing. And then forming is the soil. So that's family, occupation, your recreation, what motivates you, similar interest, needs, goals, all that sort of thing enriches the soil. I don't know what the goals thing, but anyway. And then your follow-ups are your watering. So without consistent care, seeds don't grow. So that's following up with whether that's potential market partners, potential VIPs, anyone like that. And then your harvest are your customers and your teammates. Some seeds bloom and some don't, and that's natural. So not everyone that you are going to talk to about the business is going to say yes. We obviously know that. If you've been in the business for a long time, you know, most people, a lot of people are going to say no. And if you are getting no's, that means you are doing your job well. You always go for the no, because the more people that you talk to, it's just a numbers game. The more connections, the more reach outs, all that sort of thing that you do, you are going to have people who are going to want to do this business with you and who aren't going to. Okay, so we had Charmaine. She just hit MMM and she just qualified for a car. She's from New Zealand, but she lives here. She lives in Brisbane and she's just incredible. She's such a powerhouse. She's such an amazing leader. So we heard from her and she talks about knowing your business story. So this is really good to be able to speak on. So this is your business story. You could figure out and talk about within 60 seconds. So that's like it's a general network marketing practice that you should be able to talk about your story in 60 seconds. Well, maybe it's like 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes is what you should be able to share this on. This is your business story and this is how it's kind of framed. So you want to talk about where you were before. So I'm going to give you a good example of what mine is. So before I started this business, I was a personal trainer and a life coach. I was previously working in a job that I really wasn't happy in. I am a firefighter wife, and I was just working in a job that I just, yeah, wasn't happy in. I wanted to earn more money, but I couldn't work more hours. So the reason why I said yes to this business was that I was already using the products. I really loved the products and I needed to earn more money. And the girl that I was trying the products from told me that I could earn more money. She showed me how much money she was making the first 5 months, and it absolutely blew my mind. And I just went, you know what? Stuff it. I'm in. I want to try it. Since I've been in the business, what I've found so far is I have such an epic community of women. They are like so supportive and encouraging. I have been able to travel the world with my husband. I have been able to make way more than $50 extra a week. I was able to make my first 5 figures within 9 weeks. And this company is just so incredibly caring and generous and all that sort of thing. And where I'm going, so then you're talking about your vision. My vision is I want to have a global team of women who are just so in community and, love and care for each other and inspire each other. I want to be part of the $1 Million Club. I want to be a director in this business. I want to be one of the top leaders in Australia. And I'm looking for more women who have, been through some stuff and who have grit and who have determination and who want to change their stories. That was probably a little bit longer than 5 minutes, than 2 minutes, but you get what I mean? So it's like you can literally talk about that on your stories.
Yeah,
You
love
gonna say
that.
something, Ash? Yeah. It's repetition. Like when I first started, I was like, I started because I need some money, and like I was just so, and I would write it down and I would be like, okay, why I said yes, and I would literally talk about it. And you can upload it as a reel onto your social media and just be and put it with, my business story or why I said yes. And it can be, and if you tell that story over and over and over, whether it's on a live, whether it's on your reel, whether it's, when you're talking to someone, it doesn't have to be that whole thing. But when someone's like, oh, why did you pick sales? Well, this is what I was doing before. This is why I wanted to do it. It's incredible. This is what I've found so far. And, I got big dreams. Once you like rehearse it, it becomes natural. Like now I could just look at what that is and be like, okay, I know my story now. And
Mine's so random. Like
but it
mine's,
will be until you kind of like
yeah,
work it out,
it's really freaking random. I
Right?
never started for the business. I didn't even know what I didn't know you could get trips. I didn't know you could get that much money. I just I came in like blind.
Yeah.
And now I'm just starting to learn all these things. I literally like just bought it to just get some extra discounts because I was like, I just want to try every single product. So I need the most discount.
Yeah.
And
That's
then I post
part of
one
your
thing that I'm
story.
using it. And then I had so many people like messaging me. It was
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah. And that's part of your story. It's like, what was
Mm. Oh, I can't hear again.
Oh, I was just, watching my friend on social media and she was talking about the products. And, I was a stay-at-home mom and I didn't really want to earn more money. I literally just wanted to try the products. Like
Yeah.
that's why I said yes. I wanted a bigger discount. And then that's where your part of what you found so far is actually I had no idea that this business could, make women millionaires. I
Yeah.
had no idea that women could go on trips. And I found that the community of this business is incredible. And I found that so many women like me are making
Yeah.
so much money. And this is what I want to do with my
Yeah.
business,
Okay. I love
where
that.
I'm going. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
All right.
and
You can,
then, sorry, yeah, go Mel.
sorry, you can also repurpose that content into other forms. Like if
Yeah.
you're starting to share that on your stories, then you can also make posts with it, reels with it, save those
Mm.
to your highlights. Like if you have a, I don't know, about me or Monate business highlight or something like that, because you're always wanting to recycle through that as well. Like,
Yeah.
but like changing the story, like how you tell it, but it will still have always the same key points. But
Yeah.
refining it does take a little bit of time. Like I have even recently kind of been working with a chat GPT bot that I made just to try and reformat it in the way that I speak.
Yeah.
Because if you just throw something into chat GPT, obviously it'll sound like a robot.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you just find it's better than to just feel natural to talk about it. So then when you are going on lives and all that kind of thing, and again, that all feeds other forms of content, it just
Yeah.
makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, exactly. You can just tell it, using the same thing, you can tell your story over and over in a million different ways. And in 12 months, that will change as well. Like what you found so far will change. Where you're going will change. So my business story has changed heaps over the last 2 years, but it's just refining that. And like, so for you, Tash, just think about these 4 points and then be like, that's literally what I can speak on. That's what I can talk about, like my story, rather than just the products and talking about like, join up as a VIP. You can share this story with people that, and they'll go, oh, that's like, I relate to that. One of your VIPs might see it and be like, oh, I also had no idea about
Mm.
the fact that you could make all this money. You know what I mean? Okay, we're going to wrap it up in a sec, but Charmaine talked about her why. Now, this is something that I want like my team to do, because she gets every single one of her team to do a post about their why. And hers was, that she put up a photo, and straight away, this was like straight after she joined. She was over living paycheck to paycheck, overworking for the man who dictates how much money I get, when I work, when I can go on holiday, and when I can go see my nan. Over being tired, drained, and exhausted, over struggling to find time when I can see the people I love, over not having enough money and time to live my desired life to the fullest, and over struggle and pain I feel every single day because of financial stress. I'm standing in my mana and receiving all that's mine, while supporting, helping, and inspiring others who are facing those silent battles too. I know I'm not the only one. We all have different stories, upbringings, and trauma that we carry, but I'm no longer holding that as an excuse. You know your reality, and if this touched your heart, even just a little, message me if you're open to opportunities. So she shared there what she was sick of and why she started the business. So I would encourage you guys, whether that's in a talking reel, whether that's a post, whether that's, anything like that, that is a really good way to have that on your profile. So people, when they're looking through who you are, they know exactly what you do and why you did it. Now, this is something that I wanted to quickly highlight to you guys, because when you talk about like what your values and all that sort of thing are, it's really easy to just think of like Instagram like your business, but you are your business. So if you find something, so what she's done here is she literally has put up a meme that really resonated with her. Someone then, so this is her talking business. This was right at the start when she'd started the business, but she put it up and someone goes, you're always reminding me of things that I need reminding of. So they've got that connection there about whatever that meme was. And then she goes into, that makes me so happy. I've been meaning to reach out to you. Are you currently working in the online space? Because if you're not, I think she's changed her reach out message now. This was like her very first reach out message. But she went in, someone goes, oh, what's it about, lovely? You can see as the time goes on, she got her straight on a call. And because she instantly was like, yeah, I'm interested, like I'll jump on a call with you. And she ended up signing up. This is what I mean, where if you are sharing like your values, if you're sharing like what's funny to you, like all those sorts of things that make up who you are, you're going to start attracting people that resonate with who you are. And that is a way to build connection and talk about the business and talk about the products and all that sort of thing. Her journey talking business is, obviously you're not a Monate billboard. The magic happens in the DMs. It happens in that connection. Face connections, not likes. It's all about starting conversations. Be relatable, be you. I literally feel like we just said that. and finding your flow. So be intentional with what you're posting. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with, you know, whatever you're trying to succeed. What were you going to say something, Tash?
No.
Oh, sorry. Um, and then she talks about not doing reach outs, but talking about connections and then reading your message out loud and would you reply. So she's talking about what is my message when I'm talking to someone and I'm reaching out about the business. So her message back here was, I've been meaning to reach out to you. Are you currently working in the online space? Because if you're not, we are 100% changing that. I think you would absolutely kill it in this business. Are you open to opportunities? Now, that is something that Malahi says, and she trains really well on that. But now Shah has said, I don't reach out like that anymore. It's a lot more like, you know, lovely, I see that you post all the time. I'm really, you know, I'm looking for like-minded women in this business. For me, I wrote, you want to hear your message out loud. So say you're thinking of reaching out to someone and you're like, I don't really know what to say. Read it out loud and then go, would I reply to that? So for me, when I reach out to people and I have, you know, brought them in as a market partner, it's usually always been over voice message. And I say like, hey, lovely, I don't know if you know what I've been doing, but I'm in this online space. I've been working for 2 years selling shampoo, which is absolutely crazy because that's what I do as a full-time job now. But I'm looking for more women to join me in business, and you keep coming to my mind. Now, I don't ever say that unless they have come to my mind, unless I have genuinely thought about them and thought they'd be great at this business. I will not reach out to them. If I see them on social media and I'm like, wow, this chick is like, she's someone that I want to work with, I will straight up just start connecting with them. And then that conversation comes like a little bit later. So you have to make it just real. Like, don't be weird about reaching out to people.
Do you
Just
have girls ever going asking you to come to coffee with them or go for a walk or something?
all the time, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I put that out there, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
always saying, you know, I'd love to meet up with new people and I want to catch up for coffee and all that sort of thing. Usually people like want to catch up with me for free advice or like
Yeah.
it's other market partners being like, oh, you know, I don't really have a leader, can I catch up with you? And I have to be very selective about my
Yeah.
time because sometimes it can be a little bit too draining. I have to save that for my team. But yeah, I get a lot of strangers saying like, let's catch up for coffee. I'm meeting one of my VIPs on the weekend, next weekend, for a coffee because she's thinking about joining the business because she's a single mum. She's going through court and lawyers and all that sort of thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
babe, I can help you make some money here. Like she already owns a beauty business. She does like eyebrows and stuff. And I'm like, this would fit in so well with what you do. And it was
Yeah.
literally after a conversation about church. And I just said, like, babe, let's talk about how to fix your financial situation. That's authentic. That is
Yeah.
like something where I'm like coming from a place where I really care about them. Main point, just don't be weird. Like so yeah, so she does a business opportunity call. So she talks about when people say, what do you do? Now, this is different for every single person. I say I'm a luxury beauty consultant and I help women start their own businesses in the online space. But sometimes that changes too. It depends who I'm talking to. Sometimes I just say, yeah, I'm in network marketing. I sell shampoo. It's wild. I've been able to quit my other job and do it because then people are like, wait, what do you mean you sell shampoo? That just sounds crazy. But for example, she writes, I'm in the network marketing industry or the online space. Have you heard of it before? I had never before I joined. The community, the incentive trips, and flexibility are my favorite part of them. Or if they just straight up say, like, yeah, I want to jump on a call, I'm open to opportunity, or they want to know more info, she just reaches out and gives them, she does a connection call or like a opportunity call. In this call, now I'm going through this really quickly. So this is like some of the stuff that if you are wanting to run a op call and record it, which I do, I can help you with that. So sometimes when people like, I want to know about the business, I send them a recording that I have with, I've got a few with my leaders, I've got a couple on my own. I send them which one I think would resonate with them more. And it goes through all of this. So it goes over usually connections, or if it's with someone else, I'm talking to them about like them and wanting to know more about them and what they do. Then I go into our industry, our company, how you get paid, incentives, how you get started, all that sort of thing. And I send them that. Like, so if people like, oh, I want to know more, I'm like, do you want me to send you like a quick 20-minute call that explains what I do?
That's cool.
And then this is the last one. And then it just talks about this is your power of two. So I think we've all been over this stuff. I know I have with you, Tash, but anyone who's new that might be watching this, yeah, we now have power of two bonus, which means that you can earn up to $700 bonus a month for signing up 10 people. The first bonus is, oh wait, oh no, this is power of two bonus plus your rank advancement with your power start. But if anyone wants to talk to me more about that, just reach out to me and I will break it down for you because we're already like over time now. So anyway, that is everything. Wow, my throat is dry. But if what I'm thinking is next week, we might go through and do like a power hour and do some actionable stuff, which would be really cool. We can go through our business story and I'll get us to all write it down. And then it could be like, you know, reaching out to contacts and finding people in different countries or finding people online. If you want to do that on your own, obviously go for it. But we've got a few things there that we could work on, which will be really cool. Are there any questions from you guys? I know you've sort of asked them anyway, but is there anything
No questions that I can think of, but I just want to say that was a really great presentation of everything that was covered in that that workshop thing. I think that was really, really good and really, really
it was really helpful. Hey.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing that I love about this, and like I think you were saying, like I'd never kind of really heard of network marketing or any of this sort of stuff before. I think it's really powerful that not only we can use social media for this business, but the fact that we can reach anyone in the world, and that's what makes it different.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what makes it different to a lot of people normally remembered, or you know, you're just like selling to your friends and family, you know what I mean? But the thing is that people that you've never met before actually become your friends. And then, you know, they become, like clients and more than that. So I think
you can have team. Like my dream is to build like a big US team as well, because I go there like, you know, once or twice a year. But you can, build a community on the other side of the world. And I have people come to me and say, like, I had a girl last week from the gym be like, I can't do that business. I don't speak good English. And I'm like, you don't need to
even
speak good
better.
English. Yeah. I'm like, you can sell to everyone from your hometown. You can sell to people from here, from overseas. And she's like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, you can have a worldwide business.
Yeah, so
Not
cool.
just stuck to Australia. You don't have to just speak English. You can reach someone from across the world, and
you don't even
do
have to
business
sell
with
to
them.
anyone here. You can sell it in your country.
Yeah, literally. That's what I said to her. I'm like, I think she's from like Colombia or something. I don't know if we're there yet,
That's
but
so
I'm like,
cool.
you can literally just sign up your friends and family from over there. You don't have to do it here. Because she's like, I don't really know many people here. I'm like, you don't need to.
I want all different like people.
I know.
All around the world. That would be that'd be a dream.
Yeah, you will, girl. Okay, well, thank you so much, guys, for jumping on. I really appreciate the two of you. I wish Ash jumped on because she really needed to hear all this stuff. But the recording, I'm going to pop it into the chat anyway. And if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. But we're going to do, like a power hour next week at some point. So,
yay!
okay,
Thank
have
you.
a good night, girls.
Thank you. Have a
Good
good night.
night.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.